an emerging menace. After enduring its first major siege, both the Roman and Persian states found themselves exhausted and devastated following 2 decades of all-out war. As Emperor Heraclius began the arduous process of empire-wide recovery, a pivotal threat unfolded in Arabia unbeknownst to him that would ultimately unravel his hard-fought achievements. The year was 629 AD, and in the aftermath of the Roman victory over Persia, both empires required time to rebuild their strength. Heraclius, in his efforts to restore the empire, made notable decisions such as adopting the Greek title Basileus to replace Latin Roman terms like Augustus. As part of an alliance with the Turks, Heraclius's daughter Epiphania was on her way to marry Kagan Tong Yabgu. However, news of his death led to her recall to Constantinople. With the Persian withdrawal, Arabs filled the void, launching raids in Palestine. Roman and allied Ghassanids clashed with the invaders at Muta, achieving victory but foreseeing future challenges. Heraclius entered Jerusalem, restoring the true cross to the Holy Sepulchre, and established headquarters in Hierapolis for administrative oversight. The evacuation of Sasanian troops faced resistance in Edessa, leading to a brutal response by Heraclius's brother Theodore. Roman resentment towards the local Jews who resisted prompted a delicate balance between forgiveness and retaliation. An army supported Shahryar's bid for power in Persia, but his rule lasted only a month, reducing Heraclius's influence in the region. By 630, Sasanian garrisons had left Roman territory, restoring borders to their pre-war status quo. The post-war context witnessed intense migrations, property disputes, and financial challenges. Efforts were made to rebuild infrastructure, but the financial recovery remained incomplete. The army saw gradual demobilization, and monoenergism, promoted by Patriarch Sergius, became a compromise formula for religious unity. Heraclius faced challenges with Arab raids intensifying in Palestine, prompting troop transfers and headquarters establishment in Antioch. In Constantinople, Patriarch Sophronius, an advocate of the Chalcedonian Creed, posed a threat to the compromise built around monoenergism. Unbeknownst to the Romans, they faced armies loyal to the newly established Arab Caliphate, following the teachings of the recently deceased Prophet Muhammad and the rise of Islam. Muslims conquered the Euphrates Valley, defeating a Romano-Persian force at Firaz. The fall of Jerusalem and Antioch weakened opposition to monoenergism. Heraclius faced challenges as Arab momentum in Syria intensified, leading to defeats at Ajnadain, Damascus, and Pella. The Romans suffered a significant blow at the Battle of Yarmouk in 636, losing their only viable army, and Syria laid open to the invaders. Sasanians suffered a massive defeat at Al-Qadisiyah, exposing Mesopotamia. Muslims, after taking the walls of Jerusalem, continued their conquests. Arab momentum in Syria became insurmountable, leading Heraclius to evacuate the province and establish a new defensive line. Scorched earth tactics devastated the region, and efforts focused on fortifying Anatolia. The siege of Jerusalem lasted 6 months, ending in surrender to the Muslim Caliph Umar. Arab victories continued in Syria, and the Romans faced internal challenges, including a plot against Heraclius. The emperor's mental and physical state declined as his life's work unraveled. The Heraclian dynasty succession was solidified, but internal strife persisted, coupled with Christological debates and religious tensions. The fall of Jerusalem, Antioch, and the death of Sophronius weakened opposition to monoenergism. Heraclius published the Ekthesis, declaring monothelitism as the official doctrine. Rome resisted, and Pope Severinus refused to sign, leading to tensions. Economic hardships prompted extreme measures, including the storming of the Lateran Palace in Rome. With no truce to shield it, Upper Mesopotamia became vulnerable, and the Muslims invaded, conquering the region. Egypt faced invasion, and despite negotiations by Cyrus, Heraclius angrily refused and sent troops to continue the fight. Arab attacks intensified on the eastern borders, leading to raids in Anatolia. Heraclius passed away in 641 after a 30-year reign marked by constant upheaval. The era of Heraclius, once marked by victory and reunification, ended with the rise of a new formidable threat from the Arab Caliphate. Syria, Palestine, Mesopotamia, and Egypt fell to the forces of Islam, reshaping the balance of power in the region. Heraclius, once a triumphant leader, saw his legacy overshadowed by the unstoppable tide of the emerging Muslim forces.